Welcome to the Wilshire Gun Podcast.
All right, guys, what's going on? Jake and Chase back here. We got episode 3, Wilshire Gun Podcast. Got a couple different topics for you today. We're going to go over some accessory stuff. We're going to do some firearms training stuff. There's a lot we're going to cover. We're going to try to keep it within time. So we were actually discussing before we started rolling the video that kind of the natural progression of firearm purchasing, getting into firearms. Like you get the gun.
It's almost like your firearms growing up into
Right.
like a fine, strapping young man or woman.
Right. So yeah, I mean, you get your firearm. You're not really sure where do I go from here. Well, it kind of branches off. It's kind of a tandem branch. They're synchronous with one another. But I mean, what do you really start doing? I have my gun. Well, now it's time to learn to use your gun, but it's also
Make your gun fit you.
right. Make your gun, work for you, because I mean that's essentially what it is. It's a tool. It's a device that you have for a purpose.
And I mean, with today's technology, it's getting to the point where like your possibilities are endless. Are you going to put a red dot on not just your rifle, but are you going to put a red dot on your pistol?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're in the space age now, and we're doing that to pistols.
We're talking about flying helicopters on Mars.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we can get a dot on a pistol kind of thing.
So it's kind of like you go that route, or hey, you get a scope,
Mm-hmm.
or flashlights, grips, whatever. And the great thing is with all the SIG we have, they're the most modular guns in existence.
Yeah.
But even if you just get like a base model AR-15,
Right. Yeah.
it's a Lego set. at that point.
Exactly. They call it the big boy Legos.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
AR-15s, right? So really, where do you start? Where do most people go?
Most people right off the bat is handguard. Usually, if you have like just like a base model handguard, the plastic 2-piece.
Mm-hmm.
Handguard's usually the first thing, and some people even, gunsmith in-house, getting rid of that front sight post and gas box so you can have an extended handguard.
Yeah.
And then that way you have even more modularity and attachments and stuff like that.
Right. So kind of for the people who don't know, a lot of your more basic ARs will come with what's called the A2, basically furniture, the handguard, the collapsible stock, the pistol grip, all that kind of stuff. And that's really when you think of the stereotypical AR, it's probably what you're thinking of is that A2, and that stuff just pops right off and you can change it out.
Yeah. And then, you've got any optic choice ever, especially here in-house. We have,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many models of Holston right now, EOTech, the SIG series, Leopold, Vortex.
Yeah, we got all kinds of
Endless,
stuff in
practically.
different flavors, dots, LPVOs, scopes, fixed power, not fixed power. Like we got several magnifiers, like all kinds.
And
of
that just comes down to whatever you're wanting to do with your gun.
Right. I mean, you kind of have to establish what, is this going to be a home gun? Is this going to be a plinking gun? Is this going to be a recce rifle? There's hundreds of applications for them. And kind of deciding how you're going to build your gun is going to dictate its purpose, because not all guns are created equal. And the way you decide to outfit your gun is going to dictate some of its capability.
Yeah, and let's be honest here. It's not just about performance. You got to look the part.
Mm-hmm.
And if a guy tells you that he doesn't care how his gun looks, I'll show you a liar.
Rule number 1,
So
look cool.
Yeah, you got to look cool at the same time. So you have your multitude of colors and different shapes, sizes, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody likes different stuff, but you can literally, it's like picking out a car.
Right. So we get there. So we got this banging pistol or rifle now. We got all the Gucci gear, all this cool stuff. But then we get out to the range, we shooting dinner plates, 6 yards.
Yeah.
We got problems, right?
Yeah, at that point I think you need a little bit of training.
That's what I'm saying. So now we're paralleling that, and if we're gonna have a really cool rifle, right, we're gonna look the part, we better be able to act the part as well. So it's important for people that are going out and purchasing firearms for the first time. This is not something that you go buy a pistol. You say, hey, I want this for self-defense. You buy it, you get your box of bullets, you look at them, you load your magazine, you go home, you stick it under your mattress or wherever,
And it's there
and
forever.
you never touch it again. Because in that unfortunate moment, somebody does kick in your front door, and you shooting all over the place. And
yeah, you have a better chance of shooting your dog at that point.
Exactly. And then somebody that you're not intending to potentially hurt gets hurt, and that's real problems.
Yeah, well, the great thing about us is we have that awesome shoot house downstairs.
That is true.
That we can rearrange to literally
Yeah.
fit your house, or at least a section of your house,
Mm-hmm.
wherever you think the high traffic area would be for an intruder.
Yeah.
And we run you through whatever situation imaginable.
And we can do that privately. For those who don't know, our training department, we have a modular shoot house downstairs. You guys have probably seen it if you've walked by the glass doors in there. But what's real cool about it is every Saturday we run classes in it. There is a designated class for it that is a force-on-force class. And, you know, I can tell you, I've played OPFOR in that. I've gone through it as well. That is some of the most, like, intense, like, actual, like, you're going to learn a lot.
Oh, you definitely get that adrenaline spike.
I was going to say, you get the adrenaline spike, you get the stress going, but what it makes you realize is I'm not that good. Because I can stand out there and shoot, holes in paper at 10 yards, and I can do that. I've been doing that my whole life. But when somebody else is out there basically on the other side and moving around and you don't know where they're coming from, paper doesn't shoot back.
Yeah.
Right. And I think they call it the two-way range. Is where you get into that, and that's going to introduce some things that you're not expecting, because realistically you're going to rise to your level of training, not to your expectation.
Yeah. And just notate, the sim rounds don't hurt that bad.
No, I mean they're basically
like
little
a paintball.
Yeah, it's essentially a little paintball thing, fired out of special modified firearms. But guys, let me tell you, the training, they have 3 or 4 guys that sign up for those classes. I think in May they're running them just about every weekend on Saturdays. Mm-hmm. And this class, I think it's $75. It is absolutely worth it. It is 2 hours.
Oh yeah, for $75, you're definitely getting one over on us at that point, because there's a lot of preparing, and just how rigorous it is for whether it be one of us or Will or Reese or anybody. Yeah. The work that goes into it, and the rigorous movement and stuff the whole time, and setting up in these scenarios, and basically just taking rounds to our hands.
Yeah. And so the biggest deal with that is most people don't have access to that. Mm-hmm. The people that have those kind of setups and stuff like that you're getting into law enforcement, military utilizes it a lot.
Those aren't really for public use.
Right. Security, private security kind of stuff, not generally open to the public. So, I mean, you can see them on YouTube, and you see all these guys. This is how people practice, like clearing houses and stuff for actual real world application, is this same system, this same kind of training. And that's something we're starting, we've had it for a while, but we're really starting to push on it now. It's a very valuable, I can't state how undervalued it is by the public.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of your military guys and your law enforcement and stuff like that, they think of it so casual because we've used it, right? Mm-hmm. The public doesn't. What we're trying to do is kind of push it just so the public understands like how awesome it actually is that they can come do that themselves.
Right.
Like you're pretty much getting military or law enforcement training at this point. To protect yourself and your loved ones in your home.
I mean, you're doing the same thing they're doing. Yeah. And we're not going to really yell at you like they do, but we're going to help you along the way.
I usually just squeal a little when I get shot, but that's not really yelling.
Yeah, right. So the simunition stuff, especially like with we got ammo shortage, all this other stuff going on. This is a great method. If I can't shoot my gun, actually, I might as well shoot the sim rounds.
Plenty of sim rounds,
and we can do that kind of stuff. And that's like I said, that's high speed stuff. Mm-hmm. That's
the sim rounds themselves is pretty. That's a whole different level of training itself that we even have that.
Yeah. That's another level.
A lot of military units aren't.
And so I mean, guys, if you're really interested in signing up for that kind of stuff, wilshiregun.com. It's under the training tab. There's 2 different classes. They run one a lot more than the other. One is called home defense simulations, and it's based on scenarios that you're going to be in a home or a residential area, something like that. Somebody's going to try to enter, potentially something weird's happening that may put you in a situation where you would need to use either defensive force on somebody. But real eye-opening experience. If you haven't done that, I'm telling you, come give it a try.
Yeah, for sure. It's worth it. I mean, we run them ourselves every once in a while just to stay on top of it.
Yeah. Yep. And so the training stuff, more simuation stuff, even kind of wrapping back around the, buying new guns, buying all that, the new owner,
the
AR class.
Course. Yep.
Is a Sims class where they're going to basically teach you all about your rifle. It's basically a combination of a Sims class and an owner-operator class put into one, specifically for ARs. Get you set up, show you how to run the rifle, how to do all this other stuff. Then you actually get to go in the sim house and do drills with it, move around, figure out how,
Yeah, molding you and your rifle into one,
building
the way the universe should be.
building a good fundamental of ARs, and that's good for new AR guys. That's good for guys that have been in the AR game for a while, because like I said, shooting on a flat range, standing, in a stall at paper, 25 yards is one thing. Moving around in a dynamic, unknown environment is something.
Yeah,
something
for
different.
sure. And I mean, even if, like you said, you're been an AR owner forever, you've had one since the good old day, them 16A2 days, whatever the case may be, you can never know your rifle too well, especially if it is a defensive style rifle. If you set this up to protect yourself, your home, and your family, what is the hurt in knowing it to the best of your ability?
Yeah. So, kind of the next topic, one of our probably final topics here, ammunition availability. Where does that really stand? And truth be told, I can't give you an honest answer. I know we get some every once in a while. We try.
And we do our best to get the variety of calibers and everything that we can, but in reality, it's whatever they're giving us is what we're getting. We've been in constant communication with them. It's not from lack of effort or on either end.
Yeah.
But we're at the point we're getting kind of your common rounds, 45, 9mm, 5.56, 223.
Yeah.
We got that little batch of blackout that lasted 3 days.
Yeah.
So we're doing our best with what we have, and we recently set up the new rules for ammo purchasing and stuff like that, and that's us trying to take care of our customers. We want everybody to have a chance to be able to come enjoy our range, get some ammo, get some training, whatever the case may be, whatever you're going to be using the ammo for.
Yeah, and so for those who aren't familiar, currently range ammo is being sold with the purchase of a firearm or range time, unless you are a member.
Well, yeah, that's kind of one of those sprinkle of perks that we're adding right now.
It is
if you're
a member
You're
perk.
not paying for range time, which means
You can just come buy your ammo,
yeah.
because you're already paying your membership dues. And so, guys, if you're kind of teetering on the, should I not? They don't have the ammo right now, all this other stuff. I can tell you that the membership is worth it, because you're basically prioritized in ammo for that. Your range time's already paid for. It's real easy to get one of those memberships and then pay it off through the value of the membership very quickly. It's
especially
very
if you're
quickly.
Hint, coming back every day to buy a box of ammo.
Yep.
It's going to pay itself off within the first few days.
Exactly. So, we got different levels of membership, guys, and if you have questions about memberships or anything like that, the membership levels are listed on the website as well. They're under the membership tab. If you really just want to talk to somebody, give us a call, 405-608-4999. You can just talk to the front desk folks. They are the wizards of the memberships. They can answer all your questions, help you out, get you signed up, get you all your benefits and everything set up. Depending on the level of membership you get.
Yeah, you get the more perks or whatever the case may be. But even the basic membership, that's covering your range fees right there.
Right. Basic, executive, you're getting discounts on training. You get discounts on training, ammo,
you get
firearms, accessories.
The one free FFL transfer.
You get a transfer depending on the level of membership you get, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so kind of wrapping up the progression of a gun owner, like buying the gun is step 1, 2, parallel paths that run next to each other.
Yep. And then you accessorize your guns, basically set it up to how you like it, and then get the training to know your gun.
And so, do the training, find out what you want. What do you wish you had? Then train a little more and learn, and it's kind of like walking.
That's
steps.
that's why, for instance, me and my salesman are here.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what you want, I guarantee if you just tell them what you're thinking, they'll know what you want.
They can help you, and they'll provide you all kinds of
all day,
answers.
every day.
Right.
Is reading somebody's mind to basically decipher what they're saying and putting that into a physical weapon.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you for joining us once again. Like I said, come down, talk to us, ask questions. We love to answer questions. We love to show people things. We kind of thrive on it, really.
It's our bread and butter, pretty much.
Really, yeah. I mean, so come on down, check out our membership, check out our range, check out the sim house, and like I said, let us explain a little more in depth what we're actually talking about.
Yeah, it's easier to do this whenever there's a person asking me the questions.
Yeah. I mean, talking to a camera or the air is fun, but talking to you guys up close is a lot more fun, and we love to do it. So we look forward to having you guys in. We can't wait to see you. Come on by.
Heck yeah.